What if pain had a purpose? What if your worst moments weren't meant to break you, but to build you? What if the silence you feel is not absence, but preparation? This is not just motivation. This is a blueprint passed down through fire, through war, through wilderness. The men who changed the world all walked a narrow path. Not easy, but sacred. You were born for it. So let's begin. In today's world, we mistake noise for power. But the ancients knew, true power is quiet. It's not in shouting, it's in showing up. Jesus fasted in the wilderness, alone, to align, not to impress. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor with the weight of an empire on his shoulders, still rose before dawn to write pages of self-discipline, so he wouldn't lose himself. Every great warrior trained in silence long before they stepped into the arena. Spartans didn't brag, they bled. Samurai didn't argue, they prepared. The discipline was daily, the sacrifice unseen. You see, most people want the crown, but they won't carry the cross. They want the reward, but won't embrace the routine. And this is where you separate yourself. Not by being better than others, but by being better than who you were yesterday. Every small act of discipline you choose today builds the foundation for a life no one can take from you tomorrow. Everyone talks about fighting external enemies, but the most dangerous battlefield is not out there. It's within. The ego that craves comfort, the fear that whispers, "You're not enough," the doubt that poisons your decisions quietly. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The ancient texts agree. It's the man who conquers himself who is truly mighty. Every time you resist the easy way out, every time you wake up early when your body wants to sleep in, every time you respond with wisdom instead of anger, you are winning a war no one sees. But make no mistake, the results will speak louder than any words ever could. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more warriors with quiet discipline, anchored souls who know who they are, even when life shakes them. Here's a truth few will say out loud. If you walk with conviction, you will walk alone, at least for a while. Noah built the ark for years with no proof of a storm. Joseph held onto his dream while locked in a prison. Jesus, betrayed and alone in Gethsemane, still walked toward his purpose. If you're walking alone right now, maybe you're right where you're supposed to be. Maybe the isolation is not rejection, it's protection. Protection from distractions. Protection from shallow connections. The lion walks alone before the hunt. The eagle flies alone before the storm. Greatness requires space to grow roots. And when you emerge, you won't need validation, you'll carry evidence. Not everyone will understand you, but those who are meant to will find you when the time is right. What if your pain was not a curse, but a classroom? What if the fire you ran from was the very thing that would forge your purpose? Joseph's betrayal, his chains, his silence, they were all preparation for power. He was being trained in the shadows for influence in the light. Pain is not always punishment. Sometimes it's divine preparation. The Stoics, the prophets, the monks, they all embraced suffering not as an enemy, but as a guide. Because fire reveals what's eternal. It strips the unnecessary. It humbles the ego. It awakens the soul. So if you're in the fire right now, don't curse it. Learn from it. Ask yourself, what is this shaping me into? Who am I becoming through this? You were not made to stay soft. You were made to become steel, to become a lion, focused, dangerous, but in control. Lions don't chase approval. They hunt, they wait, they know who they are. You're not called to be tame. You're called to be disciplined, not reactive, not addicted to comfort, but anchored. And it starts with how you treat yourself in the dark, when no one's watching. That's where the lion is forged. You don't need permission, you need purpose. And if you've heard the call in your soul, don't ignore it. It's time to hunt. There's a quiet power that comes when you refuse to give up. When you carry hope not because everything is perfect, but because you believe it will be. Jesus endured the cross for the joy set before him. David waited years for the throne, running from cave to cave, but never lost his heart. And so must you. Every storm ends. Every winter turns. Every sunrise returns. And when it does, you'll realize the waiting didn't weaken you. It made you ready. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are being shaped by divine hands for a future greater than you can imagine. So hold the line. Keep the faith. Walk like it's already done. Because your story isn't over. It's just getting started. If this message spoke to you, then you already know. You were born for more. So don't just watch. Don't just consume. Step into it. Let your pain become power. Let your discipline become destiny. And let your voice echo, so others know they're not alone. Drop a comment below. What has pain taught you? Because your story matters. And it may be the very thing that gives someone else the courage to keep going.